Hello and welcome, Weekend Wonkers, to the Weekend Stock Photo Report. I'm your host, Weekend Stock Photo. In this week's top story, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's big shtick diplomacy is a big dud. Netanyahu's controversial speech before a joint session of Congress on Tuesday was a total dick move, but it has failed to yield stronger support for his Likud party ahead of upcoming Israeli elections. Netanyahu referred in the speech to Iran's tentacles of terror, specifically naming goons in Gaza, lackeys in Lebanon, and revolutionary guards in the Golan Heights as threats to Israel and the world. Not since Winston Churchill's famous "No thanks Nazis and fuck you Führer" speech has cutesy alliteration been used so embarrassingly by a supposedly serious person. Also this week, the Supreme Court heard oral arguments in King v. Burwell, a case that may make insurance unaffordable for millions of Americans for no good reason at all. The plaintiffs in the case, none of whom have been harmed by the law, so it's not quite clear why we're even doing this, argue that federal tax subsidies to help people buy insurance should not be available in states that did not set up an insurance exchange. That's because a single clause buried deep in the law reads that subsidies will be available through an exchange established by the state. Never mind that elsewhere in the law, the state's federal exchange is explicitly said to stand in for the states if the state did not establish their own, and never mind that if the plaintiff's interpretation is true, then the Affordable Care Act was actually designed to wreck insurance markets in non-participating states, and never mind that the lawyers for the plaintiffs are transparently arguing in bad faith. Court watchers say that when a case presents the court with an opportunity to wipe out a government program to help poor people, 4 of the court's 9 justices will vote to do so every time as a matter of principle, specifically the utter lack of any. And in this week's bottom story, former pediatric neurosurgeon and current conservative speaking fee collector Dr. Ben Carson is confused about his sexuality. Speaking with CNN's Chris Cuomo, Carson revealed that he believes people can choose to be gay, citing as an example prisoners who enter prison as straight shooters only to emerge as butt pirates. Carson himself has never said on record that he is equally attracted to both men and women, but chooses to get busy with ladies only. Except he kind of just did now, didn't he? Carson's views on homosexuality, combined with his denials of evolution and climate change, have caused many to wonder if you really have to be that smart to be a pediatric neurosurgeon. But remember that movie with the autistic guy who was good at gambling? Man, that guy was good at gambling. Oh yeah, and Republicans in Congress funded the Department of Homeland Security after a bunch of pointless melodramatic bullshit that achieved not a single one of their objectives. Hallelujah. That's it for the Weekend Stock Photo Report, with your host, me, a man named Weekend Stock Photo.